Hello. Okay, welcome to day 12. And we are heading into like the weekend, well, the weekend over here, that I'm actually doing this challenge. And we'll be starting on the third and final week next week. So let's get straight into that by logging in and going to the dashboard. Continue. Now, just letting you know that I had actually, if I go back to, I did finish the quiz for day 11 and answered that one. And then day 12, just before we headed into day 12, there were the meal plans for next week. So what I've done, what I'm doing now, so that you can see, is I'm going to just download the low carb one. Actually, bit of FYI, keto is like low carb, high fat, but it's more sort of stringent, I think, when it comes to the what technically is like pure keto. And then people gradually then people can actually just ease into low carb, which is funny enough. That's how I basically started this. Now you got to do the back browser because I didn't open it in a new tab. But what's also, but then I think about it. There's a whole lot of keto style meals, which like keto baking things that are really quite, you have to sort of be careful, especially if you're, let me see, hang on, just multitasking. You got to be careful because if you're insulin resistant and you're doing this because you are insulin resistant, which is like that pre-diabetes, and you're just underneath that, and you're fairly new to going into living like a non-pre-diabetic lifestyle, then keto might not be the way to sort of manage that process for you, because especially in these early days where you still are insulin resistant, so more of a really like the lower carb, high fat, maybe like the predominant meal, rather than getting into all the baking and things. Now I know I'm actually going through that myself because I bake. I don't bake too often, but I do bake, and I don't eat like to the excess where we used to like eat a lot of what we ever baked. But you can feel it in your body when you have like a bit too much sugar. You can tell, like if you drink a lot of Coke, you don't want the next Coke, because you get to this limit where it's just, you get the headaches, like the sugar headaches and everything else. And so you can sort of tell when your body starts sort of thinking, okay, I think you might have, just have had a bit too much like fruit maybe that's converted into the sugar, into the fructose sugar, or, you're having a baking day of keto style desserts and you're probably indulging just a little bit more, because whatever substitute you do, even if it is like a substitute or an alternative to the processed sugar, it's still going to be recognized in your body as basically sugar if you're in that insulin resistant phase. So you still have to be very, very careful about that. So it's not like you're doing these things to actually lose weight, because losing weight is no longer your goal, which is actually it's a funny way of actually seeing it. But your goal is more to actually try to help yourself from the inside and get your metabolism actually well balanced and things. All right, so I've downloaded the meal plans for leading into week 3, and I did do a screenshot of this earlier. So now what I'm going to do is just go to next, and see what day 12 is all about. And that's top tips for weight management. And this is like I think it's almost a 14-minute video. So I'll watch that a bit later. From a clinical nutritionist. Key thing, get strong, be mindful, go for a walk, focus on quality of food, eat like you mean it, be active, base every meal on protein, eat your vegetables. Take action. What is your favorite way to get active? Take a photo of yourself doing some form of exercise today and share it with the community. Well, because I'm doing part of that Tokolol challenge and that every day I'm posting something to do with exercise, I could actually post that. I could post one of those photos up. Actually, I'll do that, but I'm going to do it. Oops.
Welcome to the webinar. Please stand by.
Okay.
The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line.
Okay, that's going to be annoying for a little while because I'm actually leading up to a conference. So I'm going to finish this video very quickly. I'll go back. I'll do the activity. And what was the recipe? Cauliflower risotto. So I'll just save that cauliflower risotto into there. And that's basically it. So that's basically it for day 12. And I'll catch you tomorrow again, and I'll go through day 13. All right. Catch you later. Bye.
The webinar will begin shortly.